seller leads and what to expect working with them. Well, this is powerful. So, being in lead gen for 6 years now, I talk to a lot of clients about their leads and what they look like. And I took a call the other day. I said, "How are things going?" And she goes, "Well, Nick, I'm a little discouraged." And I said, "Well, talk to me. I see you got 6 leads. Those are pretty good numbers. Tell me what happened." She said, "Well, the first lead was acting really weird and we couldn't get him back on the phone to talk to him. And then he just texted me and he said, 'Come over.' And I did. And I couldn't believe that she actually just showed up. I mean, this is the amazing lead generation attitude that we all need to be having. This woman is going for the experience, doing what needs to be done, and really, really making it happen. Could you imagine getting in your car and driving 20 minutes because you only got a text that said, 'Just come over'?" That is a level of action taking that I respect very much. And I really recommend the same for you. So, anyways, she gets in the car, she drives over to the house. No one's there, but she sees the property. It's a little beat up. She has hope. She gets back in her car, she leaves, she comes back 5 hours later. And then she says, "There's this lady there." And then she pulls up and lady comes out and goes, "Can I help you?" And she says, "Yeah, I'm here to talk to Oscar." Says, "Oh, about what?" "About buying the house." And she said that the woman just yelled, "No, no, you're not buying the house. I don't think so. You need to leave. You need to leave." And I love this story, okay? It may sound like a nightmare, but think about it. This is what's going to happen to you. This is what it's like out there. We need to figure out how to overcome these situations. When we can overcome those obstacles, we can overcome any obstacle. And I was so proud of this client for taking such massive action. Then she told me about the next lead. Okay, the next lead has land, but they weren't sure if they wanted to sell it or not. She felt like she was getting the runaround. And I was like, that's great. That's great. These are problems. How can we pierce them? How can we show them that they can trust you, right? Everyone out there, and you can generally tell if it is a saturated market, if the people are skeptical, and they're skeptical because the 5 people before them didn't do what they said that they were going to do. So it's your job to show these leads that you mean business. And when you do that, when you can show them that you're a real person, that you do what you say you're going to do, that you follow through, that you will show up, you will start to see them changing and becoming a better lead for you. And that's what happens. These people, they don't just wake up and say, "Man, I hope I sell my house for 50 cents on the dollar today." That is not something that people tell themselves. So we need to earn that in them. So back to this woman, she gets these 6 leads, and she's still trying to follow up with a couple of them, and she had this rough experience with a couple of them, and I explained to her that I would be thankful to have these problems front loaded. If you can learn to overcome these obstacles earlier in your career, you're going to do better faster. I know we all want a deal in real estate, and we don't want it to be super painful. But the reality is, just like think of a job that you've had, and you started off in this tough position, and it was the hardest position in the company. And then every other job you did was easier. That used to happen to me all the time in restaurants. I actually used to tell my bosses to start me in the hardest place. So it only got easier for me from there. And that's the same exact advice I recommend for you. When you are met with these difficult challenges, really overcome them. What could I have done better? What could I say? Not that you did anything wrong, but I'm going to face this kind of problem again in the future. What should I do when that happens? Knowing my current experience. That's how we get good at things. We show up every day, we fail, we get better tomorrow. When I was a restaurant manager, I was one for 13 years. And year 9 through 13, I was at the top of my class for those reasons, because I had so much experience. When you hear someone say they're investing for 10 years and they're killing it, it's because they have so much experience. And that's what's important to understand. So don't shy away from the experience yourself. And when you come across these leads, don't let them get you down. Don't let them discourage you. They are a part of your journey. And when you learn to overcome them, and you will also take that lead to the next level and get it under contract. You'll see your ratios start improving. But I'm sharing these stories with you so you don't quit too early. So when these obstacles come up, like, well, that came out of nowhere. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. Okay? And now when it does, I want you to chuckle and be like, yeah, this is exactly what Nick was talking about. And then when that happens, you'll already be feeling better about your problem at hand. So go out there, make the most of these leads, and really work on turning them over. Every lead is starting in a defensive position. It's your job to really pierce their defenses and get them to like you.